Alexei rushed to help. It was foolish to dive like this. One never knows how deep the water may be in a quarry or where the rocks are underneath. By the time he arrived at the spot, though, the person appeared at the shallow side, close to where he was about to dive in himself. He saw a lass that didn't have a thread on. She chuckled as she came closer. Alexei didn't know where to look as she greeted him, so he turned away. You can look now, don't be shy, she said, and when he looked up, she was fully clothed already. Her dress seemed to be made of malachite, with the exact pattern he wanted for the Baroness necklace. I thought you needed help, he mumbled. She grinned back. But it's you who needs helping, no? He just stared at her and didn't know what to say, for the girl was beautiful, dress or no dress. She had jet black hair and eyes like emerald fire. Mind your manners, young man, she said. You can't just ogle a girl like that. But she smiled as she said that, and her voice was warm and friendly. So, why are you here? He explained why he came to the mountain and pointed to her dress. Are you the lady? He finally dared to ask. It depends, she grinned again. Never mind that for now. I will give you the stone you want if you promise to make a necklace for me first. There will be enough stone for two. Your beauty is such that you don't need any jewels, but I will be happy to make it for you. Go there, she pointed to the left of where he arrived from. You'll find what you need on that side of the mountain. But you'd better keep your word, Alexei Danilov's son. He looked where she showed, and when he turned to thank her, she was gone, like a ghost. But she was not a ghost, she was a girl, and Alexei's heart was beating fast. Alexei did as she said and found the stone he had been looking for. He used his trusty pickaxe to free it, and it was easy, like that stone had been waiting to be found. By and by he came back home and showed it to his father. Danilo listened to the story and only nodded his head. The day after, Alexei went to see the Baryna. She awed and dooed when she saw the design, so pretty it was. I want it done next week, she said. I don't care if this is the only thing you will work on, but finish it by St. Mary's Day. Alexei said he could not do it in 7 days. No way. After all, he promised to make one for the green-eyed girl first, he thought. A fortnight, he said, no earlier. The Baryna had to agree. All right, she said, I will wear it for the Easter service then. But you, my dear friend, I want to see before that. Come tomorrow night. I will give you a proper meal to put some meat on your bones, and mayhap some sweet treat to polish things up. She winked. You're good at that. Polishing, I mean, eh? He only blinked at her, so stunned he was. But she was the Baryna, eh? He said he would come. I'll eat her food and drink her drink, he thought. After all, I'm working this order of hers for free, ain't I? Alexei returned home and got to his carving machine at once. He knew he had to make two of those necklaces in the time he had bargained for, and no easy task it was. He wanted the lizards to look like they were playing or telling each other some little secret things. And the malachite he found was perfect for that. The stripes and patterns were long and winding in all the right places. Danilo became very ill at that time. He would cough and wheeze all night. Alexei heard that while he was working, and his heart ached. The evening after, our guy had to go see the Baryna as promised. A festive table was waiting for him in the Baryna's sitting room with all kinds of food. Piroshki with cabbage and meat, vatrushki, a long dish with a huge sturgeon baked whole in the middle of the table, and other such luxuries. More food than his whole family would see in a month, it looked like. The Baryna was all smiles and dressed funny. She had a silky robe on, red with yellow and gold dragons across her back. Golden snakes were embroidered along the hem of the strange dress. Alexei thought to himself, such an odd pattern. I could use it somewhere, in a brooch or collar maybe. She had put his snake bracelet on her wrist. he saw. Call me Marie, she said. We're going to sit and eat at one table after all. Alexei sat down and noticed there were too many forks and spoons at his plate. A servant poured him soup. Dashka, a young girl from his own village, she pointed with a glance which spoon he should use. After that, everything was foggy. The baronet chatted about this and that, France and Germany, and refilled his glass with dark red wine. She told him that the wine was from Burgonia and very old. It was made 30 years ago. He wondered why rich folks would let drinks sit for so long, and wouldn't the wine go bad after all this time? But the wine was all right and stronger than the beer he was used to, so he soon felt tipsy. Finally, the dinner was over, and the baronet took him by the hand and led him somewhere dark. This is when he came to his senses. He mumbled that he was unwell and ran out of the house. He did feel sick. He had drunk too much of that old wine and ate too much.